Up the hammers time! Alright guys, it's the Tippler 3848 here, and it's Danny fucking Dyer. No, it's not really. It is the Tippler. Hello! I know you really thought it was Danny Dyer for a second with my impression being completely spot on, but it is actually me, and today we're doing West Ham United, or WHAM as they always come up, which makes me smile on Sky Sports. But I'm really interested to be doing this one. I say that for most of them because these are Arsenal's first opponents and it's my last video in this series. I've really enjoyed the series looking at each team individually. I can't believe Aston Villa got the most views at this point in time, but it also means we're 1 hour away from the Premier League kicking off. Well, 1 hour and 45 minutes because I'm going to schedule this to upload at 12 noon on Saturday. But I can't wait to get through this. Can't wait to get back to gameplay as much as I have enjoyed this. But let's get through it straight away with the starting 11. We've got Adrian, fantastic season last season. Some of the saves this guy pulls off is just ridiculous. I can't say more than that. He was one of the backup keepers in Team of the Season along with Fabianski behind De Gea. So that is what that's the best compliment you can give the guy. So Cresswell is at left back for me. Winston Reid and your new signing Ogbonna, and you have re-signed Carl Jenkinson on loan, so thank you very much for that. I'm kind of sad to see him go back out on loan, but he's not going to get games at Arsenal with Debuchy and Bellerin playing out of their skin at the minute, but I expect when Debuchy moves on he'll come back to Arsenal. So thank you West Ham for continuing his development. He seemed to really thrive with you guys last season, so that is testament to how good you really are. Ogbonna, obviously the absolute beast of FIFA Ultimate Team for the last 2 seasons, or 3 seasons, maybe not so much this season, but he is a really interesting prospect. How old is he now? He's 26, and he's going to go well with Reid. Maybe they're too samey and you want to put Tompkins in on either side, but for me, Winston Reid and Ogbonna are your 2 best. I've put Koyate at the CDM, because I really like this player. He's so powerful, it's ridiculous. He's like a little powerhouse. But you could also play your new signing Obiang there if you wanted Kouate to be going forward a bit more, which probably you do because he's got a decent strike on him. He did bag a couple of goals last season, so it's all down to how West Ham play. Of course, if you get decent communication going, no one has to stick to their position as long as you're talking. So Obiang, Kouate could obviously switch positions at any point, and that would really help without foxing the opposition as well. So moving on, we got Noble, your captain. I'm not the biggest fan of Mark Noble, I must admit, but he seems to be doing the business for you guys, so I can't really say too much about that. I'm trying not to insult anyone. I did enough of that on my Liverpool video and got the dislikes for it. But you've got your other new signing, Payet, which is a fantastic signing. It's the sort of signing that you just wouldn't have seen in like the 1990s, but with the money and everything coming in, it's going to be more commonplace. So each of the teams are going to become kind of more balanced. I think the top 4 is still going to stay the strongest, but everyone else underneath that are going to be vying for every single position. It's going to be really, really interesting. But up front, I have got Sacco, who is a brilliant player. I really enjoyed watching him last season. He's a lot stronger than he looks, is all I can assume, because he just blitzes past people, knocks them off their feet, and then sticks the ball in the net. Really good at finishing. Had a really good partnership for a while with Valencia, but I'll get onto the sadness of Valencia in a minute. But I've put Andy Carroll up front. What you might want to do is just play Sacco up front and have Payet and, say, Nolan sit in behind the single striker of Sacco. But I've put Andy Carroll in because your formations seem to suggest you're going to play a diamond. So I like to keep it as much as sort of realistic as possible. Andy Carroll, though, moving away from the Fat Sam way of playing, maybe he's not going to get as much game time under Slavin Bilic. We'll have to wait and see. But he's going to be a good option last 5 minutes if you need a goal, because he's not just a sort of long ball merchant. I mean, yeah, you long ball it up to him a lot, but Arsenal do that with Olivier Giroud. It's how you use the long ball. If you can get the player to chest it down and then start playing it around and bring people in, that's a lot better than trying to pass out a defence sometimes. So Chelsea did it with Didier Drogba for years, so that's all I'm going to say. Your goalkeeper Randolph, who sadly didn't do very well last night when you got knocked out of the Europa League. Tompkins on the bench. Poyet looks like a really exciting player. You got Matt Jarvis there as well. Amalfitano, a guy that I've really enjoyed watching but hasn't really hit the heights that you'd expect so far. And I got Kevin Nolan and poor Valencia. I'm so gutted that he got injured, but hopefully he'll come back stronger because he's a player that I really, really like watching. He was so good in the World Cup, and then seeing him come over to West Ham, he did really well. So best of luck to you, Enna Valencia, and I hope to see you on the pitch soon. I'm kind of glad you're not playing against Arsenal though. And I'm not sure what you're going to do about your right back because you ain't got anyone else, really. And obviously Jenkinson can't play against his parent club, so I'm not sure what you're going to do there, but best of luck to you. Let's go on to your upgrades. And your upgrades, obviously we've got Adrian. Well, I've put him up to an 80. I think he is that good now. I think he has got to that level. He's 27, which is still early in a goalkeeper's career, so he's got a chance to really push on now from a really good season last season. We've got 42 appearances for him, 52 goals conceded and 10 clean sheets, so that looks really good as well. And on the right hand side, it's a bit cheeky of me because he's not really a West Ham player, but any upgrades that this guy is getting is down to you guys because you're the ones who have developed him over the last year. It is Carl Jenkinson. He did have a really good season for you. You can't deny that. I could have easily put Sacco up to like a 75 or something along those lines. I could have upped Koyate or whatever. But I have gone for Carl Jenkinson. Appearances, 36. He managed to set up 2 goals, which I'm a little bit shocked at. I thought it would be a slightly higher. But as you can see on the bottom there, he's also awesome. So, you know, that does counteract the lack of assists in my book. But, like I say, a bit cheeky because he is an Arsenal player. But also he deserves an upgrade. And he'll be on your books for FIFA 16 anyway. So you're the ones who are going to get the benefit of that. On to your downgrades. I have put Matt Jarvis in and Amalfitano in. Matt Jarvis, because he didn't play very much, as you can see, 14 games, 1 assist. It's not ideal for anyone, not for the club, not for the player. I'm just going to pop him down to a 73. And then Amalfitano back down to a 73 as well, because he played a lot more, but 3 goals and 2 assists from a player who at Old Trafford for, was it West Brom he was first at? Took the ball down, ran the length of the Man United half and planted it in the net. I mean, he's got talent, and that's what I'm kind of holding against him a little bit because he hasn't really unlocked that potential right now. But I'm going to quickly sweep onto your transfers, and we've got Kevin Morales has been linked. Obviously you're back in for Alex Song. You like making your loan deals permanent, which is fine, which is brilliant. I'd love to see Alex Song back, and he did have a good season for you guys. And obviously, I was so shocked with this one. Destro from Roma. I had no idea you were looking at him. He was linked to be going to Chelsea before they got Falcao, for God's sakes. But West Ham just seem to be plucking these sort of names out of the earth for the minute, which is really exciting for the Premier League. Hopefully he doesn't get there before Sunday. I don't think he will, considering when I'm recording this it's Friday. When it's uploaded it's on Saturday, so I doubt he's going to get there in the next couple of days. Even if he did, the ratification of the Premier League would probably take more than that anyway. But he's a really good signing. If you can get him, go and get him. He would work perfectly with Sacco as well. He's a much better option than Andy Carroll. He is quite strong in the air as well. But, I mean, any of the 3 are a good option. But I guess we'll have to wait and see what you do. I hope you lose on Sunday. I really do. And I don't mean that any disrespectfully, because I think you're going to be finishing up in the European positions this year. It's sad that you didn't get through to the Europa League sort of proper this year. Probably would have hindered you anyway, so just think of it that way. But you've got a really good squad. Slavin Bilic he made a bit of an issue there, didn't he? He took a gamble and it really didn't work out. He put the young kids out, knowing that the Premier League was around the corner, and it didn't quite work. But thanks very much, Hammers fans. I hope you've enjoyed. Enjoy the game on Sunday as long as you lose. And that is the Tippler 3848 nearly out. Last plug of this series. Please go and watch my 5 Nights at Freddy's video. Leave a like on it, comment on it if you want the blue snowball and pop filter. They're still here. Need 500 subs before I give that one away. So, I am now the Tippler 3848, and I am out of here.